What's up, guys? Welcome back. By popular demand and upon request for me to do this paper, which is a November Gauteng paper 2023 maths paper 1 and also paper 2. Thank you very much, guys, for reaching out and let me know what you would like to see on the channel. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. I am Gaston Mapala. Welcome to Maths with Gaston. Let's not waste any time, move right along. Please make sure that you share this video with your friends, your classmates, your colleague, your cousins, and everybody who needs this video, so that we can make sure that we all get distinctions and go and study at varsity. All right, let's have a look at question number 1, which was algebra. It is divided into 4 questions, which is 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4. All right, so let's have a look at question 1.1, which is given by k. It's equals to square root of 5 all over p plus 2 plus out of the square root p over 3. It says here 1.1. It's saying here we should show that k is rational if p is equals to 3. Simple, straightforward. The only thing that we need to do here is to substitute the k is equal to 3. So this is p all over, this is 5 plus p plus 2 plus p all over 3. So therefore if p is equal to 3, therefore this is what we're going to have here, square root of 5, 2, and therefore 3 over 3 gives us 2. Okay, as you can see here, 2, it is a rational number because rational is not irrational, doesn't have 2 comma 1. What at the end. All right, so therefore let's move on to 1.1.2. For which values of p will k be real? For which values of p will k be real? It will be real for as long as this part here, the denominator, is not equal to 0. It doesn't have to be equal to 0. So now this is what we're gonna say here. For k to have real values, remember, if you were to divide by 0 here, you are going to get an error message if you were to put here into your calculator. So what do you want? You want this value not to ever become equal to 0. So it means if it doesn't become equal to 0, it has to be greater than 0. What do I mean by that? If you were to put minus 2 here and this thing becomes 0, you are definitely going to have problems calculating that, because it's going to give you an error message. So it means all the values of p has to be greater than 0, which therefore means p has to have a values greater than negative 2. I have to have values greater than negative 2. All right, please let me know what you guys think. If you don't understand, let me know on the comment section below. So the only thing for you to have real values on k, you must avoid the denominator being equal to 0. All right, moving right along, let's move to 1.2. 1.2, it's a solve for x. We have got here a quadratic equation that we need to solve for x here. All right, let's go ahead and 1.2.1. what do we have? We have got 3x squared is equals to 4x plus 2. Immediately when they say correct to 2 decimal place, guys, you must know that we are going to use the quadratic formula to solve this one. So let's just rearrange this one. It's going to be 3x squared minus 4x minus 2 is equal to 0. All right, so what does the quadratic formula say? It says for the roots is equals to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, guys, let's go ahead and substitute. This one will be equal to a this one is b, then the last number there is c. So if we were to substitute that into our equation, we are going to have negative into negative 4b plus or minus square root of what is b now? Negative 4 all squared minus 4a, it's 3, and then c, it's equals to negative 2 all over 2a. A is what? A is 3. So guys, put this on your calculator. I'm not going to show everything here because we can put this directly into our calculator. The other one with a plus and the other one with a minus, which I have done previously when I was practicing this question. It gave me 1.72, or x is equal to excuse me, or x is equal to negative 0.39. Let me know what you guys think. If you got something different, let me know on the comment section below. Leave your answer on the comments. All right, let's move right along to solving for x inequality, which is this one right here. Is going to be 1.2.2. Great stuff. So now let's see, this one here is given by x squared plus 10 x. Then we take this 20 to that side, which is 21 rather. We take it to the other side, is going to be plus 21 greater than 20. Oh, excuse me, greater than 0. Greater than 0 there. All right, so if you look at this, it's a trinomial. You look for the factors that when you multiply them, they give us 21, which is 3 and 7. They give us 21, so either they are plus or minus. That's x and x. Guys, you are in grade 11. Factorizing should be in your blood right now. So let's see, we're gonna have plus here and a plus here. All right, so now therefore our CV, which is our critical values, we're going to have negative 3, x is equal to negative 3, or x is equal to negative 7. Okay, so now if it is like this, we do our number line so that we know where our value is going to lie. I have got negative 7 here and I've got negative 3 there. All right, it is a parabola and it's a smiling one. There you go. So now because it's saying greater than, we know if it's greater than 0, here it is on the original equation, our values will all be that side and then be that side. Okay, so these ones, guys, you don't have to really bother yourself. If it was not, I can already hear people asking on the comment section below saying, okay, say, but what if it was not? If it was not greater than, it was less than, it means our values were going to lie somewhere here. All right, guys, so now the values in this case, they are greater than, therefore that's where they are going to be lying. So it means now our x needs to be values that are less than negative 7, or values that are greater than negative 3. Okay, and that's how you would deal with the inequality like this one, guys. Moving right along to question 1.2.3, which is given by solving for x with sides or roots. There you go. If you have got this one here, it is given to us. What we can do in order to remove the square root, we need to square both sides. I'm writing where it is, guys, so that I can save a little bit of space for myself here. If you square both sides, we are going to be left with x squared minus 5 is equals to 2 squared is going to give us 4, and therefore this x, square root of x squared, is just going to be x. All right, then we take this x to this side. We are going to have squared minus 4x minus 5 is equal to 0. Therefore, if we were to factorize this trinomial, is going to be x and then x there, and then it's going to be minus 5 plus 1. So therefore x is equals to sorry guys, now I'm saying equal to. No, it's not equal to, is greater than. Is it? No, it's equal, it's an equal sign. Okay, I'm getting confused here a little bit. All right, so our value, it was going to be -1 or x is equals to 5. But guys, with the equations with the square roots, and says you need to substitute back into the equation to check if your equation is correct. I've already checked that while I was practicing this, and therefore -1 is not correct. The way you do that is that you take this -1, you put it here, you will say square root of -1 squared minus 5. You check if it's equal to this one. Clearly you can see already that you don't have a square root of a negative, so therefore this won't work. And you also check the 5 as well. So therefore x can never be equal to -1. All right, moving that along, let's move on to question 1.2.4. 1.2.4. Okay, what do we have? We have got 3 to the power of x plus 1. This is exponent, solving for x exponent. Very, very interesting question, guys. I hope you are watching carefully. If you don't understand, leave a comment on the comment section below. So what we can do in this case now, if we're asked to solve for x, we need to separate our exponents. Before it was added together, it was 3 to the power of x, 3 to the power of 1, plus 3 to the power of x, 3 to the power of -1. I'm going to leave 10 over 9 as it is because it's a constant in this case. It really doesn't affect what's happening on the other side. So now, once we have this, what we can do, I can already see that we have got 3 to the power of x there, 3 to the power of x there, which is a common factor. So we take out a common factor. Please guys, when you do this, take your time. Watch if what you're doing is right. Okay, 3 to the power -1, all close bracket, 10 over 9. Okay, so with this, what I can do here, I can simplify this here, or I can just go directly into my Casio calculator, unless if they said without a calculator, they didn't say that. So what I can do here, instead of dealing with this fraction, I can divide everything here, which will going to be a little bit of a shortcut, but it's fine. We know we're using a Casio calculator. We can just go directly and do this. Okay, you might be asking yourself, but is this allowed? Yes, of course it's allowed. This is maths. Okay, so of course it's allowed, guys. I did nothing wrong. Divide by this, divide by that, because I know that this is a number. All right, so it means now we're going to be left with this 3 to the power of x here. When I punch this into my calculator here, 10 over 9 all over 3 plus 3 to the power of -1, it is giving me 1 over 3 as an answer. Okay, with 1 over 3, I can rewrite 1 over 3 also as 3 to the power -1. Therefore, this means x is equals to -1. And there you are. Done. Straightforward, guys. No manga stories. If you feel like you don't get quite well where I am right now, please let me know on the comment section below, and please stay tuned and watch question 3 and the rest of the paper. I'm gonna link them on my playlist at the end of this video. Let's move on to 1.3. Okay, 1.3, it is a simultaneous equation. Okay, let's have a look at our simultaneous equation. Very, very interesting question indeed. What do we have here? They said solve for x and y. We have got x plus y is equal to 2, which is our equation number 1. Therefore, we have got y plus 1 it equals to -3 all over x minus 1, which is our equation number 2. So therefore, what do we do now? In this case, we can make, on the first one, we're gonna make y subject to the formula y it equals to 2 minus x, which gives us equation 3. And then we tell the person who's going to mark, or the examiner or our teacher, that we take equation 3, we put it into equation 2. Okay, there you go. So therefore, where there's y, we are going to put 2 minus x plus this one that is right there, plus 1, it equals to -3 all over x minus 1. Okay, so now therefore, if you were to simplify this, we are going to be left with -x plus 3 is equal to -3 all over x minus 1. Okay, looking quite good. What we can do here, we can also cross multiply. In this case, if we were to cross multiply, we shouldn't be struggling with this. This is as good as over 1. Okay, most of my learners, they do struggle when it comes to cross multiplying, but guys, please reach out on the comment section. Let me know. Let's engage and discuss. Or throw me with a question. My email address is there on the description of the channel, and then I will do the question and dedicate the question to you. All right. Okay, so now let's have a look at this simultaneous equation right here. Where are we now? Cross multiply. If we're to cross multiply, we're going to have negative x plus 3 in brackets, and then we have got x minus 1 is equals to negative 3. Okay. All right. So thereof, this is what we have for now. Okay. So now we remove the bracket here. X times x negative x squared. X times that negative plus x. Okay, this negative 3 times x plus 3x, x times negative 1, negative 3. Then I take this 3 to that side, is going to give us positive 3. It's equals to 0. So 3 and 3 would cancel out. I'm left with x squared, and therefore this will give us plus 4x is equal to 0. Okay, so now if you can see in this equation, we can take out a common factor, which is x, or negative x rather, it doesn't matter. We can take out x. We're going to be left with negative x here, plus 4 is equal to 0. So therefore x is equal to 0, or x is equal to 4. Okay, because I had taken this one, that side is going to be negative 4. Negative 4 divided by 4 is going to be 4. All right, then we go back, we substitute back into the equation number 1, into equation number 1. So what are we substituting these x values into equation number 1? So if you were to put 0 here into equation number 1, our y value will be equals to 2. Or if we were to put 4 here, is going to be 4 plus y, it's equals to 2. Then you take that one to that side, is going to be equals to 2 minus 4, which is y is equals to negative 2. And that's how you would deal with the simultaneous equation like this one. All right, so now, excuse me, it's not equals to 0 here. Y would be equal to 2 rather, not y. Okay, great stuff. So now let's see now what do we do here. Let's move on to the next equation, which says hence otherwise determine the value of. Okay, so here they're trying to trick us a little bit, but it's fine. What you can do, guys, if you say 1 divided by 0, it's gonna be, you can't divide by 0. So definitely it means we can use the values where x is equals to 0 or y is equals to 0. So therefore it means we must use our values where x is equals to 4 and y is equals to negative 2. So therefore it means now our value here would have to be 1 over 4 plus 1 over negative 2. Okay, so guys, you can just go ahead and put this into your calculator and find out what is the value thereof. Okay, simple, straightforward, guys. I'm gonna leave this one for you to just finish off. I mean, it's just fractions, so you can go ahead and deal with that one. Let's move to for 1.4. 1.4, we're given an equation here it is here. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Very, very interesting question indeed. It's about the nature of roots. So we are given here 2 mx squared minus in bracket m minus 2x plus m plus 1 is equals to determine the values of m for which of the following has the first one here real roots. So for the one that has got real roots, what are we looking for? We are looking for a situation where the discriminant is greater or equal to 0. Okay, so now if you have a look at this equation, we must always write our equation in a standard form when it comes to the discriminant. So let's go ahead, 4.1.1. Okay, our discriminant is going to be equals to b squared minus 4ac. So let's take our equation and check out what is b, what is a, and what is c. So in this case, you would remember that if you are given something like that, which is our parabola, so now in this case, what are we given? 2m x squared plus my negative m minus negative m minus 2 close bracket x plus m plus 1 is equal to 0. So therefore we have our a there, we have our b here, and then we have our c. So now we're gonna substitute that into our discriminant. Okay, so but we need to simplify this first. Okay, here we go. Discriminant is equal to b. What is b? B is this one here. It is given to us by, it's got a negative m minus 2. All of these needs to be squared. Okay, minus 4. A is what? A is equals to 2m, and then c is given by m plus 1. Okay, so now let's go ahead take this thing by step. If you were to square, negative 1 squared will be a positive number. Therefore you are gonna be left with m minus 2 squared. Remember, there's a negative there. If you were to square negative 1, you're gonna get a positive number. So this is what we're left with, minus this times that is going to give us 8m, which will need to multiply by m plus 1. Great stuff. So if we were to expand this, I'm just gonna go straight away to the answer here. M squared minus m times negative 2 is going to be negative 2m, then another negative 2m, which will, when you add them together, will give us 4m, and then negative 2 times negative 2 will give us positive 4. Therefore minus 8m times m is going to give us 8m squared. Then negative 8m times 1 is going to be negative 8m. Great stuff. So now what do we have here? We're going to have negative 7m squared, and then if you were to simplify further there, what do we have? We've got negative 4m and negative 8, which will give us negative 12m, and therefore plus 4. Therefore this is our discriminant. Okay, so simplified and straightforward, our discriminant there. Therefore we said, okay, no, for real roots we already know what to do with the discriminant. It needs to be greater than 0, greater or equal to 0. So therefore what does this mean? It means that now our negative m squared negative 12m plus 4 has to be greater or equal to 0. We can't use inequality with a negative here. Our a has to be positive all the time. Take note, NB. A needs to be positive all the time, guys. Please don't make that mistake. So we're going to divide throughout by negative 1. This one will give us positive 12, and then negative 4. Then if we divide by a negative, the inequality sign will change. Wow. So now you see, guys, so if you forget the things you did in grade 10, please guys, make sure that you revise and practice. The only way to be able to reach the level where these things are engraved in your mind is to do them as many times as possible, even if you don't feel like doing them, but just do 1 or 2 examples per day, and I think you would win thereof. All right, so now we have that. Let's come here and then simplify this and factorize. We need to factorize this. Okay, great stuff. Let's go ahead and factorize this. 7m in brackets less or equals to 0. Then there's m there, is going to be numbers. When you multiply them, they give us 2. 4 is a 2 and a 2 plus 4 or minus. So therefore our critical values will then have to be m is equal to 2/7, or m is equals to -2. So therefore we come here, put it on our number line. We have got -2 there. We also have got 2/7 here. It is a parabola and it is a smiling one, but let's not forget, guys, when it comes to deciding which way the inequality is going to look here, we always look at the original equation said greater. So if it's greater, we know that the values will be this side here outside the graph. If it was less than, we know that it was going to be here in the middle only. All right, so it is what it is, guys. Let's go on and see less than. So it means our values will have to be m is what? M has to be less or equal to -2, or m, oh, here we are, I'm writing x, or m will have to be greater or equal to, m will have to be greater or equal to 2/7. All right, and that's how you would wait a minute. Okay, then that's how you would deal with a question like this one, guys. Okay, let's go on to our last question for question 1.4.2. They're asking us two real roots that are possible that are opposite in sign if m is less than 0. Okay, for us to have two roots that have got opposite sign, it means that our c value, the last value there, has to be greater than 0. Okay, has to be greater than 0. So what is our c? Our c is given by this here in this equation. Okay, so you can take c and substitute it here. Say, okay, m plus 1 greater than 0. Therefore, it means m values has to be greater than -1. So for anything greater than -1, we're going to have two roots that have got opposite signs. If you are confused, let me know on the comment section below. I am Gaston Mapala. I will definitely see you on the next upload. I didn't put the 0 here because the 0 is already covered, but if you want, you can put it also that, but those values have to also be less than 0. All right, and it is what it is, guys. I'll see you on the next upload. Please make sure that you click up here where I'm putting for you question number 2 and the rest of this paper. See you then.